What's up guys, it's Tajae here back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, but more specifically I actually want to talk about the first party studios of these two consoles because Xbox has clearly been trying to step up their game when it comes to first party studios to bring very great blockbuster exclusives to their console, since we do know that they're actually very lacking in that department. And of course we already know on the PlayStation side of things, we kind of have that very much down on lock. There's a lot of great exclusive games to play on PlayStation, and I'd have to say that PlayStation has some of the greatest talents when it comes to creators in their first party studios, but pretty much Xbox is trying to do the whole catch-up game so they can be ready for the next generation and hopefully bring, lots of competition over to the PlayStation side of things and have just a better generation altogether when it comes to, the console and the health and the sales. Now, me personally, my money is pretty much on the PlayStation 5. I honestly think that PlayStation will come out on top again because there's just so many great things that the PlayStation has already done, and they're not really having to play the catch-up game like the Xbox already is. But I will have to say that I'm actually very glad that Xbox is taking this, this change for events and focusing on the gamers and trying to produce content that's up to par with some of the games that the PlayStation has, such as the Uncharted, the God of Wars, The Last of Us, etc. So that's pretty much been like the big talk lately, like Xbox acquiring new studios. Xbox came out and showed out their new console. They showed off Hellblade 2, which looks kind of awesome, not gonna lie. And everybody's just been talking about this and that. Not to provoke and make matters even worse, ex-animator Jonathan Cooper, who used to work over at Naughty Dog in the past, he actually shared his light on what he thinks about Xbox and his viewpoints, and pretty much he honestly just came out and said the truth. But I guess it kind of set some people off because some people are like super hard fanboys and they can't really accept the truth when it comes to like this whole PlayStation Xbox thing. But over on Twitter, Jonathan Cooper stated, "As we approach the next consoles, I truly hope Microsoft have cleaned house in the publishing department after completely shitting the bed for an entire generation. I was a huge Xbox 360 fan, but I don't ever recall such a dramatic and sustained fall from grace in terms of content. To clarify, I'm not talking about the disastrous launch messaging, which was easily overcome. Instead, the consistent failure of internal publishing to greenlight and work with first and third party studios to ship quality content. I hope this changes with Hellblade 2, etc." So then someone says, 5+ studios purchased over the last 18 months feels like step in the right direction to compete with God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, The Last of Us, Uncharted, and Spidey. And I think Death Stranding is exclusive too. And then Jonathan Cooper responds saying, "None of the purchase studios are the same level as the Sony first party and will only get there with support and long-term hiring and financial support. I do prefer this route to creating entirely new studios that have no shared culture though." Now guys, I'm going to be completely honest, this puts things in a great deal of perspective. Point being that just because Xbox is acquiring studios doesn't mean that it's going to have games such as The Last of Us, Uncharted, God of War, Spider-Man, PS4, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are great experiences by some of the best PlayStation studios. And just because, Microsoft buys out these studios and can fund them doesn't exactly mean that the work ethic and the skill that those studios have will match the same as like Naughty Dog. It will come through time and years of guidance and working and improving upon themselves to build them into a monstrosity of their own. Now, I know this is going to probably like hurt the views of the video, but honestly, I'm going to bring logic to the table here. And when it comes to being a PlayStation or Xbox fan, honestly, even though you want your console to be the best, you still want to have the other console be able to hold up and compete with the console that you have. And the reason behind that is because if you have high competition, it keeps things innovative and keep things fresh, and it keeps the quality going up and the bar being set higher. If all these things are happening, then we're happier as gamers because we're getting better experiences to play. The second that one of these companies start to fall off and there's only one company that knows for a fact that they're going to be winning non-stop, no doubt, without any competition, the quality of things are going to drop down because there's not going to be any competition and they can do anything that they want. That is something that you absolutely do not want to happen, because if something like that happens, that will start to be the fall. But honestly, when it comes to this whole like Xbox thing and the PlayStation thing, of course I'm like more of the PlayStation player, but I actually want to see Microsoft, have things that are going good for themselves and have good experiences to play. Because honestly, if they do, I can see myself buying an Xbox and playing the games that they have because I'm a gamer. I don't really care about this whole like feud thing. It's a lot of fun to talk about, but I feel like some people take it too serious at times. Pretty much PlayStation studios are in fact way better than Xbox studios, but I like for Xbox to pick it up and bring better games because firstly, I'll be picking up an Xbox to play those games. Secondly, innovation is key. Third, it will just set the bar higher and higher and higher, and they'll keep the companies one-upping each other, which means as consumers, we shall be very happy. There'll be more Last of Us games, more Uncharted's, more God of Wars, better Halos, or better Gears of War games. I'm not really into those games, but honestly, to see them increase in quality would still be great nonetheless. But honestly, this is all stuff that's going to happen next gen. As of right now, pretty much PlayStation kind of has this in the bag, as said before. Plus, we're ending off the generation with games like The Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima. Like, these are going to be 2 great games to, finally close it out. And then the next generation will be kickstarted. But as for me currently, I'm just going to sit down and eat my food and wait till E3 2020 to see everything that gets revealed on both the Xbox side and the PlayStation side. And then there'll be a great place to, have a lot of discussion. But until then, if you guys could leave a comment down below on what you think about this. Do you think Xbox Studios will, pretty much come up and compete against the PlayStation Studios? Do you think that it's good for competition and good for the industry that this happens? Or do you want PlayStation to keep smashing and keep their foot on their necks? I'm interested in hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, if you guys could be sure to leave a like before you get out of here, as well as subscribe to the channel with post notifications on if you enjoyed the video for more high quality content here on the regular. I'll see you guys next time with another banger.